my name is Manal Al-Faiz and you're watching From Scratch. On today's episode, we're going to be making peanut butter from scratch to make two different recipes. The first recipe we're going to be making together is mini peanut butter cheesecake cups and spicy peanut butter ramen. So to actually make the peanut butter from scratch, we're starting with raw peanuts, some salt, honey, and peanut oil. To start off, I'm gonna grab our raw peanuts and put them in my food processor. I'm gonna set up my food processor and add in a pinch of salt, a huge pinch of salt, together with some honey, a good 20 grams, let's say, and then I'm gonna switch on the food processor. All right, so just so you can all hear me, I'm gonna switch off the food processor for a second and start explaining what's happening in the food processor. We've got the peanuts already completely broken down. The oil is just starting to be, let's say, coming out of the peanuts. What you want to ensure to have is a very strong food processor, because this is going to take some time, and you want a very fast food processor as well. I have peanut oil right here just in case I needed to kickstart the oil extruding process from the peanut butter. So I'm going to switch on my machine and let it go for longer. All right, so I'm just going to pause my mixing, and what I'm doing is I'm just going to kind of move back the pieces of broken down peanuts from the sides back into the center. I'm gonna switch it back on, and I'm going to start by kick-starting the peanut butter process, or peanut butter making process, by adding a bit of peanut oil. So the peanut butter making process takes quite a long time. So this is why you need to have a very strong machine that could actually take this huge and large amount of blending process. So make sure you have a very good quality machine that you're using. I'm just gonna keep this going. It's gonna go out for a while, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. So we have finished making our peanut butter. It's very important to add that the type of peanut butter we made today is called raw peanut butter. Raw peanut butter does not have as much oil as compared to toasted peanut butter, just because when peanuts have been toasted in the oven, they exert a lot of oil as compared to raw peanut butter. So that's why you'll notice that our peanut butter for today is quite thick. which is also what's needed for our recipes today. So for our peanut butter cheesecake, what we need to start off with is take our digestive crackers and put them in our food processor. Next thing we'll need to do is melt some butter. So that's exactly what I'm going to do next. So in my sauce pot right here, I'm going to switch on the heat and start melting the butter at a low temperature. While this happens, what I'm going to do is pulse my mixer to make a fine kind of ground crumble. So I've cranked up the heat on my butter, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to switch on my mixer and slowly drizzle in my butter. So that's it. You don't want to really overmix it. That's it on your base of the cheesecake. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to declutter, and then we'll get to make the filling of the cheesecake together. To make the base of the cheesecake, what we're going to need is some cream cheese, the peanut butter that we made, some cream, as well as sugar. What we're gonna also add is some chocolate that we're gonna melt on a double boiler. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put this on a double boiler, and this is very important to always melt chocolate gently over a double boiler. That's my preferred method of doing that. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna grab my cream cheese, I'm gonna put it in my mixer, making sure I've got all the quantity in my mixer that I need, and none left in the actual bowl. Next, I'm gonna add in my sugar together with the peanut butter. So I'm just gonna switch this on while my chocolate is melting, and then we're gonna move to the next step. So again, you want to do this on very low speed because you don't want to risk over whisking it. So low speed until the sugar crystals kind of dissolve. While that happens, I'm here trying to melt my chocolate. So from time to time, what you want to do is you want to scrape down the edges of the bowl, just to make sure everything is getting nice and mixed in your mixer. And then just keep it going right after that. All right, so I have a mixture that is completely homogeneous. I'm going to add in my chocolate that is quite warm. And I'm gonna let it keep on whisking. So while it's whisking, I'm slowly gonna drizzle in my cream. Very gradually. All right, so what I have in my mixer is a very liquidy, let's say, consistency, and this is normal. It contains a huge quantity of chocolate. Chocolate, once placed in the chiller, is going to solidify. So basically what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take our jars, fill them up with our crust and our top layer, let it sit in the fridge until it's set. So we're gonna do that right after the break. Welcome back, everyone. We're on the very last steps of making our cheesecake. By the way, our cheesecake that we're making today is a no-bake cheesecake. So this type of cheesecake is a very easy cheesecake to just whip up at any time of the day. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to take the crust, put it at the very bottom, and kind of gently press it down to give me a nice uniform layer. You want a nice layer in there, just because this doesn't contain as much butter as a proper, let's say, cheesecake would. So it's not gonna really solidify that much in the chiller. So you want a nice healthy layer, let's say. So I'm gonna do the same for the rest. And then we're gonna put the actual cheesecake layer. Okay. So just 2 generous teaspoonfuls. And we're just gonna push it down, as I said before. And the next step we're gonna do is actually take the cheesecake base. So during the break, what I did was I put it in a piping bag for ease of actually putting it into my ramekins. So you could do this at home. It's a good tip for you to take back home. And all we're gonna do is pipe it right in the middle, all the way to the top, pinching the end to make sure it doesn't go all over your station, and doing the same for the rest. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually going to place my cheesecakes in the fridge to set, and I'm gonna start prepping for our main course dish of the day, which is gonna be spicy peanut butter ramen, and I'll see you guys right after the break. Welcome back, everyone. So what I have in front of me are all of the ingredients we're gonna need for the spicy peanut butter ramen. So what I have over here is a pot of boiling water ready to use. I've got some ramen noodles, which are very easy and very quick to cook. And I'm only gonna put them in the boiling water when I need to. I've got the peanut butter that we made, the raw peanut butter that we made, together with some limes, some soy sauce, some sriracha, salt if needed, as well as toasted peanuts together with some cilantro. So we're gonna start off by making our sauce. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna grab our peanut butter, and I'm gonna try to grab some of the oil that is at the very bottom. And again, this is raw peanut butter. The reason why it's not creamy is because it's in its raw state. I'm gonna add in the sriracha next. So the sriracha is where that spicy element comes in. I really do recommend toasting your peanuts before making peanut butter because you'll get that really nice kind of depth and flavor. So we're just adding in our soy sauce, not so much. You want to kind of taste as you go. The next thing I'm gonna add is some lime zest. So I'm just gonna grab that, zest it, and then add it into our sauce. The zest contains a lot of oils that will carry quite a lot of flavor. So that's exactly why I really like to add zest wherever I can. So just quickly zesting, making sure not to grab any of those white parts of the zest. And you're gonna add it into your sauce. This is a very quick and easy recipe that you could easily recreate at home. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whisk everything together. Assess whether or not I need to add some more peanut butter. This is called a spicy peanut butter ramen. So you wanna add some more peanut butter and live up to the name. Some of that peanut butter in, and I'm just gonna drop our ramen noodles in the water. I'm just gonna drop one, should be enough for one person. Let that cook while I finish up my sauce. Doesn't really take long for the ramen noodles, so that's why I dropped them in later on. All right. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take my cooked ramen noodles, and I don't really mind if there's a few droplets of water coming into my bowl. That's super fine with me. It's gonna help with diluting my sauce. So I'm just gonna give my ramen noodles a quick mix. If I do need some sauce in or some diluting of my sauce, I'm gonna actually add in the hot boiling water into my noodles. And this is one of the easiest and quickest things to whip up at any time of the day. We're gonna add this to our bowl, our serving bowl. The next thing I'm gonna do is slice up some limes to garnish. Nice wedge to add in some color and some juice if needed. So I'm just gonna add 2 wedges of lime into my final bowl. And some cilantro to add some freshness right in the middle. And the last thing I'm gonna add is some toasted peanuts. And this is it on our spicy ramen noodles. All right, so as you can see, what we have right in front of us is the already made spicy ramen noodles with a base of peanut butter and our cheesecake with a base of peanut butter as well. So what I'm gonna do to finish off is just garnish our cheesecake with some toasted peanuts and some chocolate chips, just a few, just for garnish. And there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching from scratch. I'll see you next time.